Welcome back to another rant. This is a rant video. It's not necessarily anything to do with specifically a tech tree like this. This is just a random screen clipping, but I wanted to talk about something that has been frustrating me for a while. So, as some of you may know, if you're regular to my content, I stream on Twitch absolutely every single day, and I play War Thunder absolutely every single day. Now, as someone who plays War Thunder every single day, I have quite a lot of people come into my chat and talk to me about various different things, one of which is vehicles, their efficacy, their quality, and whether or not they are worth getting, and so on and so forth. Now, I look at myself as someone that is, relatively speaking, pretty unbiased when it comes to those things. I like to think of myself as someone that can see, relatively speaking, an decently objective opinion on things like that. If you've seen my MBT tier list, you might have a little idea of what I feel like is worth having in the game, especially at top tier versus not. But I will be eventually doing all ranks in a tier list over time, looking at some of the most objectively best vehicles out of those ranks. But nevertheless, I get the question of what tank, X tank is good, is Y tank good, so on and so forth, and a lot of it comes down to a yes or no question and a reason why. But usually when I explain, hey, the IS-3 is really good, there's always going to be someone that says, oh no, I can deal with the IS-3 easy, that's just skill issue, blah, blah, blah. Or if I say the Tiger 1 H1 is just as effective as the Tiger E, or the Tiger 2P is just as effective as the Tiger H, and it doesn't matter, you'll still play it perfectly fine, and people will say otherwise. Or if I say that the Challenger 2 is bad, or I say that the whole British tech tree is bad, whatever the case is, or that the Abrams is bad, there will always be someone with a counterpoint. And usually that counterpoint is either I kill them just fine and I don't have any issue with them, or it is the opposite. I do really good in them and I don't care. A good example is recently I got told, or got asked rather, is the Leopard 2A4M a good vehicle to purchase? And I said no, because at 11.3, it is, pardon me, it is very much so a very bad BR. 11.3 and 10.7 are one of the worst BRs in the game, more so 11.3 than 10.7, because 11.3 will almost always get up tiered to 11.7, and the disparity between 11.7 and 11.3 is more often than not huge. This is less so the case with the 2A4, but it is very much so the case with a lot of the T80s and the T72B3 and a bunch of other vehicles like the IPM1, the M1A1, and so on. They do not compare to a Leopard 2K, a Leopard 2A4, or a 2A7, or a 2A6, or a, PLS Plus, and all this other garbage. They don't compare to these vehicles at all in a meaningful enough manner. And this is where someone came in and said, no, 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 how is it bad? And I up tier my Leopard 2 all the time. And it's always fine. I do always good in it. This is what I'm upset about. And this is what I want to rant about. Here is a hot take, I guess, in some people's eyes, but in others they understand, how things work and aren't stupid. You're going to think this is the most room temperature take ever. You can be good at a vehicle. You can perform good at a vehicle. You can kill a vehicle easily. And know its weak spots. And have a tank that can just deal with other tanks just fine. That does not make it a good vehicle. Yeah? It does not make it a good vehicle. Just because you kick ass in a Marder 3 does not make it the best vehicle in the game or super good. Just because you kick ass in the VK doesn't make it average. Like, I mean, better than average. It makes it average or whatever. The point being, whatever you're playing, just because you can get nukes in the Black Knight doesn't make it a good vehicle. It just means that you can play it well. And there is a big difference between skill expression and quality of vehicle. If you put a good player that is good at playing the Black Knight in a vehicle that is the 2A7, they're going to perform better than they would in the Black Knight because the 2A7 is objectively better. This applies to all vehicles in the game. You cannot justify the quality of a vehicle based on your performance in that vehicle alone. You have to look at it from the sense of, if I was in any other fucking vehicle, would I be doing better right now? And a lot of the time the answer is yes. If you are in the Panzer IV with the commander radio and it's got its slow ass turret rotation, and you ask yourself, would I just be better in a Panzer IV-J? The answer is yes, because the Panzer IV Premium is trash. Because it has a low turret rotation and is poo-poo garbage in comparison to the other one. The same thing goes with the KV-1B or the KV-2 or the Term 3, right? The Term 3, really good vehicle. Yeah, it's really, really good. But there are so many people that'll say it's not great because of the fact that they die in one shot or they don't do well in it. Same thing goes with the Abrams. People will say, "Oh, the Abrams is great. What are you talking about? It's so strong. It's fantastic." But it's not. It's mediocre, and it's just that they perform perfectly fine in it. Some people will say that the 2A7 is not overpowered because they die in it or because they can fight it easily. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your personal experience is as an individual. It's about the average experience and also the consideration that if you are in a different vehicle, would you fare better? If you were fighting a 2A7 as a SEP V2, would you do better and get the kill just as easily, if not easier, in the 2A7 than you would in the SEP V? The answer is probably yes. Would you be in a great advantage? The answer is probably yes, but a lot of people don't look at it from an objective standpoint, and this drives me nuts. Let me know what you guys think. Please do tell me if I'm the only one that understands this concept, or maybe you all disagree and you think I'm a giant dumbass for saying this, but skill expression does not make a vehicle good. That is what I'm going to stand on in terms of hills. That is what I'm going to die on in terms of hills. I do not care what anyone else says in terms of trying to convince me otherwise, but I would like to know if I am alone or if I am not alone, so please do let me know what you guys think. Tell me how you feel. I would love to hear it, and I'd love to hear more about it. So thank you. Enjoy. If you haven't joined us over on Twitch, please do so. We have a bunch of content every single day on War Thunder regarding that on Twitch. We also have a bunch of YouTube videos, so please do subscribe. Leave a like if you liked. Leave a dislike if you didn't. And please let me know your thoughts below. Much love. Have a fantastic afternoon, and thank you so much for listening to me rant about yet another thing.